Hello everyone! In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to build up step by step to muscle up on the rings. Muscle up is a basic rings movement that allows you to get from hanging to support position. Although it's basic, it requires some pushing and pulling strength. In this video I will discuss the technique of the movement, as well as the mobility drills you should work on, the specific strength that you need to develop, and as a last thing I will give you the complete training structure that you can apply to get the muscle up as fast as possible. Enjoy! Let's take a look on a technique. Briefly said, the muscle up can be split up into three parts. First one is the false grip. Then there is pull to the chest. And following that comes the transition part and getting over the rings. After getting over the rings comes the dip phase. We end up the movement in a support position. First, let's talk about false grip. This clip presents how to enter the position in the most natural way, in my opinion. The false grip is extremely important as it allows you not to change grip while transitioning from the pull-up to dip. You can get over it on a bar or in keeping muscle up, but that's not what the tutorial is about. To get used to the second part, which is the transition, you can try to imitate the movement under very light load. Keep in mind to always keep rings close to your body. Before talking about mobility, I want you to look at those two clips. Obviously, these are bar and rings muscle ups compared. Please take a note at the shoulder position in relative to wrist in bar one and now in the rings one. It's not hard to realize that the shoulder has much more space in the rings muscle up. The reason for that is you don't have to pull that high to get over something, and that makes the rings strict muscle up easier than the bar one. However, you have to develop some level of mobility to benefit from it. I'm talking especially about shoulder extension range of motion. A great exercise to improve that range, make the muscle up easier and decrease the chance of injury is skin the cat. Always remember to keep straight arms throughout the movement and to turn the rings out at the end. Always when performing, go deeply enough to feel the discomfort, but never to feel pain. Be careful with this one. This drill is called shoulders dislocates. When doing it, always keep straight arms and decrease the distance between your hands over time. The last drill will help you to get enough flexibility in your forearm wrist area to be prepared to do false grip pain-free. As you probably know, to be able to do muscle up, first you have to have your pull-ups as well as your dips on a decent level. I recommend to be able to do 10 clear pull-ups as well as 10 clear dips as a prerequisites. Now let's go to the specific strength, and let's start with false grip. You're going to choose the variation for your prevalent level. Once you can hold the chosen variation for 20 seconds, you're going to move to the next progression. Muscle up has one tricky part, the transition. This is the part that the most people have issues with. The way I approach teaching this part is doing the pattern under lower load, and that's why I've chosen band assisted version as a main progression. If you don't have the resistant bands, I highly suggest to invest in them. They are really cheap, but they can speed up your progress in many different areas. On this clip you can see how and where to put bands to start up the exercise. Now you can start practicing. Always remember, when training with bands, always do the movement in a slow, controlled manner. Don't use the rebound to get over the rings. That's cheating, and it won't help you with doing the move without bands. Over time, you're going to decrease the assist provided by choosing thinner and thinner bands. Eventually, you will do the transition by yourself with no help. Remember that you can also change the intensity by placing the band differently. Here is the assisting exercise that will help you to understand the pattern and will condition your elbows. So at the moment you know the technique of rings muscle up, you know what mobility drills you have to work on to speed up the progress and avoid injuries, and you know exactly what exercises you need to do to get stronger for the move. So now, let's take it all and let's build the complete program that you can follow, so you can finally achieve your goal. So you're going to work on muscle up 2 to 3 times a week. First, before the actual training, you will perform a quick warm-up, and straight after that, the mobilization routine containing skin the cats, shoulder dislocates, and forearm flexion stretch. Then it's time for our direct work, and you will start with band assisted transition. Remember to choose appropriate band for your level. Once you are able to perform 5 slow reps on a certain intensity, change the band for thinner one, and continue by building reps. You will finish your transition work with 8 to 10 reps of imitating it with band. Following transition work, you're going to perform the false grip hang progression. Once you're able to do 20 seconds hold, move on to the next level. You will perform 4 sets overall. So we have our direct work done, but we cannot forget about the basics and benefits that they carry with them. That's why at the end of the session, you will execute 3 sets of chest to rings chin-ups and 3 sets of the deepest possible dips. Preferably in superset, but it's not crucial. If an exercise becomes too easy, add some weight. After mastering the muscle up, the story doesn't end there. You can still challenge yourself by combining muscle up with other skills, adding weight to the movement, or simply doing more reps using different tempos techniques. I hope this tutorial helped you in your way to achieve your first muscle up on gymnastics rings. If you have any questions according to this video or the move in general, then boldly leave them in the comments section, and I will help you as good as I can. Also, if you found this video helpful, subscribe the channel and give me the suggestions for next ones. Stay tuned and best of luck with your training. Thank you for watching.